In this video, I'm going to talk to you about caravan sway and some easy things that you can do to prevent it from occurring. In very simple terms, caravan sway occurs when it starts to deviate from the direction that it's been towed in. Once it starts to sway, a pendulum effect occurs as the caravan weight shifts from side to side. This pendulum effect can increase in intensity until the caravan becomes unstable and cause it to roll over. Caravan sway will also affect the tow vehicle, which can cause it to lose stability and traction, and if it's not controlled, it can end in a crash. The best way to manage caravan sway and prevent a potential crash is to understand what causes it in the first place. The weight of the caravan, how that weight is distributed within the caravan, tyre pressure, undulated road surface, wind, erratic steering movements and harsh braking can all contribute to caravan sway. All caravans have load limitations, so we must make sure that we don't exceed this limit. If the caravan is overweight, this can be a contributing factor to sway. If your vehicle has a towing capacity of 3.5 tonne, please don't see this as a target and then load your caravan up to 3,499 kilos. The towing limitation is the safe and legal parameter for towing. The more we can stay within that, the safer it's going to be. One of the most significant causes of caravan sway is the incorrect distribution of weight in that caravan. To help with stability, heavy items should be kept as low as possible and lighter things should be stored higher in the caravan. This will keep the centre of gravity lower. If the majority of the weight is high, once the caravan starts to sway, it will get out of shape even quicker due to that pendulum effect. To enhance stability, 60% of the total load mass should be forward of the axle centre. If the weight is distributed differently, for example, evenly placed from end to end of the caravan, it can still be towed safely, but you will just need to limit and restrict your speed so that sway doesn't occur. Western Australia has more than its fair share of strong winds, and a couple of places are quite notorious for it. Indian Ocean Drive, anywhere from about Ledge Point all the way through to Kalbarri, and anywhere from Lake Race out to Esperance. A strong wind blowing against the side of your caravan will affect its stability, especially if the winds are gusting at variable speeds or from different directions. If a wind gust moves the caravan and the tow vehicle significantly, the caravan can start to sway. If the front of the caravan moves to the right, the rear will move to the left. This movement is also transferred to the tow vehicle. The rear of the tow vehicle will move to the right and the front will move to the left. If you can feel that the wind is moving the caravan, the easiest way to manage it is to reduce your speed until you can no longer feel that effect. Let's now look at tyre pressure and the road surface. Incorrect tyre pressure and road surface go hand in hand with each other. They both can have a similar effect on the stability of the caravan. A tyre that is over or underinflated will have a reduced footprint on the ground, which means less traction. Less traction means a reduced capacity to maintain contact with the road surface and to corner and brake effectively. If the caravan loses traction, sway could occur. Soft sand, mud, puddles, corrugations and potholes can all affect your car and caravan stability. If not managed correctly, these things can contribute to caravan sway. Unsealed roads that are heavily rutted can also cause the caravan or car to become unstable because the wheels follow the ruts. Make sure that your tyre pressure is appropriate for the road surface conditions to help prevent sway. There are numerous caravan and tyre configurations based on vehicle type and road conditions, so there is no general recommendation as to what is the right pressure. To find out the correct tyre pressure, consult your owner's manual to find out the loaded mass of your caravan and the size of the tyres on it. Then contact a tyre expert and they will help you. And overall, the management strategy is to reduce your speed to suit the conditions. A sudden change in direction can cause a shift in weight and induce sway. When towing, all steering needs to be smooth and systematic. no erratic movements. A simple example of this can be driving down the road looking at the scenery. The vehicle slowly drifts to the side of the road and touches a hard shoulder. If the driver reacts by erratically steering back onto the road, that sudden change in direction can induce sway. Drivers need to keep focused on the driving task so that all steering movements are completed smoothly and stability is maintained. If we brake harshly whilst towing a caravan, the caravan brakes will activate. However, the caravan brakes are not as effective as the brakes on the vehicle, so this means that the vehicle will slow down quicker than the caravan. As the caravan can't slow down that quickly, it will try and come around the vehicle, which means it will start to sway. Ideally, harsh braking should not need to occur when towing. If we keep focus on the driving task, we can identify hazards in a timely way so that we can respond to them in a controlled manner. If your caravan does start to sway, you need to have a management strategy. The quicker you can respond, the more likely you are to control it. First, you need to know what it feels like when your caravan is genuinely swaying. The caravan will buffer and move around slightly behind the vehicle. This is not a problem. When sway occurs, you will see the side and back end of the caravan in your side mirrors. You will also feel the rear suspension compressing and the back of the car being pulled in each direction as the caravan moves from side to side. A simple way of looking at sway is that when the caravan does start to sway, it's actually travelling faster than the vehicle and it's trying to come around you. To keep it where it should be, we need to slow it down and bring it back in behind the tow vehicle. We already know that the vehicle brakes are more effective than the caravan brakes. So if we apply the brakes, when the caravan is swaying, it will cause the caravan to come around quickly and things will get out of shape faster. We do need to reduce our speed because it's highly likely that going too fast was one of the causing factors for the sway. Lift your foot off the accelerator and change down a gear. This reduction in speed alone could be enough to eliminate the sway. If the sway continues, we need to slow the caravan down, and we can do this by activating the caravan brakes. This is done by pressing or sliding the manual activator on the electric brake system. When activated, this system applies brakes to the caravan only. This will slow the caravan down and pull it back in behind the tow vehicle. The effect of activating the caravan brakes alone can be demonstrated by using this lanyard. By attaching it to the back of the caravan, it's a similar process to applying brakes. If I apply pressure to it, it slows the caravan down and pulls everything back into alignment. A point to note, when we manually activate the caravan brakes, it will send the same amount of brake pressure to all wheels that the system is connected to. If the caravan is swaying to one side, it will lean in that direction. So that means that the weight is transferred to this side of the caravan. There is not as much weight or pressure on the wheels on the inside here, so therefore, with the same amount of brake pressure going to it, it can cause this wheel to lock up. If this wheel locks up, it can cause the caravan to skid out of control. To manage this, manually applying the brakes for 1 second on, 1 second off, and repeat that process until the caravan pulls in square behind the vehicle. Once controlled, reassess what happened and make adjustments so that it doesn't happen again. Up to now, we've looked at ways that we can manage the sway. So let's now look at an electronic option with electronic stability control. Electronic stability control can come as a standard fitting to your caravan, or it can be purchased as an aftermarket option. This system has numerous sensors which monitor caravan stability, and if it starts to get out of shape, it activates immediately. Unlike the manual activation of caravan brakes, this system can apply brake pressure to individual wheels to prevent lockup. It's important to note that although this system is very effective, it does have its limitations. If you're travelling at an excessive speed, in windy conditions, on an undulated road with a poorly balanced load, all of these things can add up, and although the stability control will activate, it may not save you. Rather than being your only safety measure, Electronic stability control should be another tool in your belt to help manage sway. In summary, prevention is better than cure. Stay within your tow capacity, safely distribute your load, pay attention to steering, braking and your tyre pressure, and adjust your driving for wind and road surface conditions, and you won't have to worry about caravan sway. We also have electronic stability control to assist us. Caravan sway is manageable, and often excessive speed for the conditions is a contributing factor. So reduce your speed and reduce your risk. Don't be deterred by what I've discussed today. By understanding the things that cause sway and how to manage it, you can tow your caravan safely.
RAC, for the better.